And we have to understand that every single thing that's out here is a direct manifestation of the way that Afrocentric mind thinks. So in biology, we were taught that we have like 25 strands of junk DNA. So now they can say, well, we got 18, 11 is active, and then the 25 is junk. And so they just now discovered here recently that what they thought was junk DNA, and I think I may have touched on this once before when we were talking, what they considered to be junk DNA was DNA inactivated, waiting to be activated.
Inactive, waiting to be activated.
Yeah, it was just waiting. It was waiting on us to develop a consciousness to connect with it.
That's right.
The moment we develop the conscious connect with it, now we can direct it like we were talking about with directing the weather. But what's keeping us from doing that?
Well, we got so much junk, all this computer junk.
Right.
Outside.
Yes, ma'am.
I would say personally, it's not willing
Not having the desire to educate oneself, which means that I have not yet raised my consciousness from in my immediate environment to think that I can bring or be the change. So I just succumb to it and embrace it and resonate with it. And
well, brother, one thing, this system got education. It don't have education.
well,
This system that we live on.
you ever heard the principles to be in the world but not of it?
Yeah, oh yeah.
You ever heard the term for me and my house, this is what we're going to do?
Yeah.
I mean, I know he gave it to you in another way, but I'm just saying. It's an individual. It's an individual choice.
Yeah.
We either choose life or we choose in death. Period. It's the primal choice. Now, we've been given two sciences that will help us understand who we are, and I don't know I'm consciously deviating off, so I'm going to tie it back since you went here.
Right.
Understanding who we are. Who knows what those two sciences are? Yeah. You said anthropology? You said anthropology?
There's just two.
Psychology, spirituality.
This makes up spirituality.
Oh, I was gonna say right.
No?
Well, brother,
Two sciences.
Uh-huh.
I would like to say,
Well,
And you know what? I'm going to give you a hint. Cause,
I was getting ready to say, could you give us a hint?
yeah, 'cause we, especially, it's maybe not as much today. I mean, I still do it. But when I was growing up and I would hear my uncles, when they call themselves getting ready to talk to a girl, and I'd be with them and be like, watch this little cuz. Hey, baby, what's your sign?
Oh, astrology.
Astrology and numerology.
Numerology.
Those are the two sciences that will give us the wisdom of who we are. That's the first step. I have this piece with my clients that I do called Who Am I? And that's where we start with the numerology and astrology, because the vibrations, and don't get caught up in this other mindset about, well, my mom and daddy named me this, but this is my real spiritual name, because when you call yourself getting ready to spin that name, you're really spinning the whole energy that you're going to work with. Regardless of the lack of knowledge and clarity and enlightenment you think your parents have, in that name that they named you holds the vibrational frequencies of how you showed up. Now you can change it along the way, but it's still not that one. The moment you showed up on the planet, you got stamped with some vibrations. And that's who you are. So,
And you're saying that who you are is manifest through the name that you've been given?
absolutely. Go back to the roots. Remember he said Kunta Kinte, and he started talking about what the Kunta Kinte means. Every name has a meaning, but the meaning is a spin-off of the frequency that it holds. Okay, go to numerologist.com.
It's not just the name.
No, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah,
But I guess I'm thinking of how, we've had slave names and we've rejected those slave names. But you're saying
Let me ask
even
this
those
question.
names.
Let me ask you a question. Actually, when I was going to Africa, I used to have to fight with my buddies over there because it would take, when I first started going, it would take about a good 30, 45 minutes for them to tell me what their real name was. And there's a part of my brain that's I think I should have been a comedian some days. But
Right.
so we're sitting at the table and we chopping it up, and I'm like, okay, so what's your name? And he gave me Peter and John, and I said, hold up,
Oh, okay.
am I sitting with the disciples or what? Peter, James, John, Luke, who are you? Zachariah? What? Right. They didn't want to give me their tribal name or their traditional names, but that's because of conditioning.
Yeah.
So write this down, numerologist.com. You can go there, key in your name, and that's a site it's interactive, so it's going to definitely give you, it's fun. Blair, my buddy from Australia, put that technology together and then he sold the company, but it's still there, numerologist.com. And just key in just follow the instructions right there. And it's going to talk to you. It's going to give you some very key insights to who you are and where you are right now. Now, I talk about astrology and numerology, and and I want to put this in perspective. With astrology, I'm still talking about DNA. With astrology, we look at our sun and our moon and where, which houses are where. All of that's good information. But that's where the alignments were when we showed up on the planet. Our job is to transcend that. So you came with, what's your sign?
Scorpio.
What's your Gemini. No, I'm Scorpio. I didn't want to make Gemini. So with the sun in Gemini, your rising sign and your moon, all of those are all the energies that the universe, when you were being formed, was empowering you, right? And that's great. That's how you showed up. But we've been operating from just that knowledge and wisdom of, okay, this is who I am based on my sun sign, where my moon said I need to be emotional, and all of this stuff. Okay, now it's time to move on.
Hey, well,
There's what? Yes, sir.
I want to say the people from West Africa and the people over in Virginia, down there, they say who this girl be, who that boy be. They say they believe that we being reborn again. So they all of them always say that.
You talking about down in Virginia, where in the
No,
gullies?
I'm talking about in Carolinas and down in Georgia where the Geechee people come from.
Leave my home alone now. I'm from Virginia.
Oh yeah.
Let him go on. Let him go on. Come on. Hold on.
Okay. They say who this girl be, who that boy be. They say they believe we being reborn again.
That's another subject.
Oh, that don't go in with the numerology? No.
Well, yeah, at another level.
Oh, another level.
Yeah.
It's not right now.
So, and I'm not saying you off either. Okay.
So you were saying astrology, that you have to transcend where
You are.
everything aligned at the moment that you were born?
Right, because that's all of the power and the frequencies and the wisdom that's been instilled in you when you
At
show
that
up.
moment.
Like, I'm here now.
Okay.
But what we've done is like, okay, this is who I am based on that, and so now we begin to pattern and make decisions based off of that, and we reinforce it by studying it again, and good. But what I'm saying now, there's another piece in there that we missed that actually shows us why we are here today and what we came to do, going back to understanding who we are and our purpose. It's called the North Node.
Northern.
North Node, N-O-D-E. The North Node talks about what you came to the planet to do this time. The moment you click and you resonate and read that, energetically you start to align and attract people and places and situations to support you stepping into that. It's the North Node. It looks just like an upside down horseshoe with two circles on it. That's the North Node. Maybe Bobby would be good to do a spill on the North. Well, that'll be a lot, but it's a good piece to talk about.
Oh, you said what?
The North
Come back
Node.
and talk about North Node?
Yeah, the North Node. But here, just so you can, because I believe in empowering and giving them information out. So there's a book. I've had it since the 90s, and I've probably 22 of them just disappeared out of nowhere. I'm not saying nobody took it, but they just disappeared. But it's called Astrology for the Soul by Jan Spiller. It specifically deals with nothing but the North Node.
Jan
Spiller. It's like $13 on Amazon.
What's the name again, I'm sorry?
Astrology for the Soul,
By
Jan Spiller.
Spiller.
Jen.
And you're going to take the chart up front, you're going to look at the year you were born, and then you're going to see what your north node is. And then as you're reading it, it's going to show you the attributes you came to develop. It's going to show you the tendencies that you brought here from another time that you need to cut off that won't work for you. And it's so easy for you to work them because you've done it before. And it's going to show you what those are. And then it's going to show you your Achilles heel. How you get stuck, Achilles heel. How you get stuck in on that
Same
cycle.
thing over and over again.
Yeah, and then it's going to show you, and I love it for children because it helps me to help their parents so they can understand who this child is, because it has all the potentialities for whatever work, professional, or the entrepreneur. It's all right there.